Hi, everyone. We're getting to fireworks season. For those of you that are not already heartily embroiled in thunderstorms and are just looking towards the 4th, you are the lucky ducks of the world right now since the storms are going crazy around us. Here are some tips that might be helpful for those patients in your practice or your own animals that suffer from fears of fireworks or other noises. There are so many different ways you can work on this. Not all of them involve medication. However, if you attempt some of these tips and don't find that it's relieving the suffering or panic that comes along with the thunder or fireworks in your household, then make sure to touch base with your vet, because these types of triggers can create significant panic and suffering. In fact, this is the type of trigger that got me into veterinary behavior to begin with. I knew a patient when I was a kid who got euthanized for thunderstorm phobia, and it was really a big moment for me, recognizing that there was more we could do in that situation. For now, if you're noticing that, hey, my dog gets a little bit distressed, but he's not shaking and panting and hiding and vomiting and all of these things. However, you do want to create a more comfortable environment for him during the fireworks season. Then there are many things you can do that aren't medications. The first thing is, at the first sign of fireworks, keep your pet inside. I can't tell you how many times I have had clients say, he's a little fearful of fireworks, so we went ahead and went down to the fireworks display to try and get him used to it. That's a bad idea. Absolutely, categorically, do not do that. There's a high risk of making the problem worse. And in addition, there is a real risk that the animal could panic so much that they actually run away. And in that panic and escape behavior, they can get themselves really lost. So don't do that. Consider pheromone therapy, such as Adaptil. That's the one for dogs. I'm talking specifically about dogs with regard to fireworks season, but you can actually have noise fears and phobias in cats as well. So if you have a cat that has this issue, the pheromone that I would use for that would be Feel Away. Both of these are from the same company. There are some other pheromone products out on the market, and I would not recommend those. These are the ones that have studies that are double-blind, placebo-controlled. Also, there are many supplements out that can be helpful for thunderstorm and fireworks season. One to consider is Harmonies. That one actually does have a very nice, small number, but very nice study on its ability to help decrease agitation related to noise fears, specifically thunderstorms, but there's no reason that it couldn't be helpful for fireworks as well. The other thing to do is to create a bunker. Having a safe space where the animal can't hear the noises as loudly, like a bathroom or a basement area. Even a closet is often preferred by many patients that are anxious in these situations. Make it really comfy and cozy. Make sure that they have access, if they might eat, to some very, very tasty, calming, or even exciting food puzzles. So on the calming end, we'd be looking at things like Kongs. On the exciting end, we'd be looking at things like Buster Cubes or Kibble Nibbles from Pet Safe, for instance. And the other thing for the bunker is that, if possible, you want to provide some noise canceling effect. So a white noise machine, if you have one, a fan, an air conditioner, some classical music. I always tell clients, stick with the light classical, don't go for the Wagner. But these are some things that can help de-escalate some of the sympathetic nervous system activation or panic that comes along with these abrupt, loud noises. Most of the work for teaching an animal to be comfortable during fireworks season is actually done outside of fireworks season. So it's important to have, for now, the tips on how to get through this summer. However, if what you find is that these are not helpful, or if your pet is getting worse instead of better, I would strongly encourage you to seek help from your veterinarian as far as anti-panic medication options that can be used just on those trigger days, so that your patient isn't suffering every time somebody lights off one of those fireworks. And when the season calms down, you can actually do controlled desensitization and counter conditioning to help decrease the likelihood that that animal is going to be so panicky next season. And that's your tips for fireworks season from VetVine.